Hi guys, welcome to Colossus mathematics class. Don't forget to subscribe, like and share this video. Alright, today we want to talk about the Crammers rule. Now I'll be showing you the steps involved in solving a matrix using the Crammers rule. Alright, so the first thing you do is you have to get your determinant. So let's put this in form of a matrix. So the matrix form will be the coefficient of each variable. So we have 2 minus 3 and 2. Then we have 3, 2 and minus 1. Then we have 1 minus 4 and 2. Then you have them as x1, x2 as x3 because those are the variables you have x1, x2, x3. Alright, equals to this 9, 4, 6. Alright, so the first thing you do is you have to get your determinant, the determinant of this matrix. So to get the determinant, which you are going to call our D. So our D is going to be, I'm sure we still remember how to get the determinant of 3 by 3 matrix. It's in my video. Check my videos, determinant of matrix. You will understand what I mean by that. So when we want to do this, you pick these two, then you multiply this with this. So 3 times 2 will give us what? 6 minus 1. I'm sorry, 2 times 2. When you pick 2, you will not pick anything under this. So 2 times 2 will give us 4. Minus 4 times minus 1 will give us plus 4. But in the determinant, we have minus here. So that will be what? 4. Alright. This is what I'm doing. If you have A, B, C, D, the matrix, the determinant will be AD minus CB. BC rather. Do you get that? So this minus here is what I use to multiply plus 4 that I have. So that's why it becomes minus 4. Alright, minus 3. When we are dealing with this, so we have plus, minus, plus. So this minus times minus will give us what? Plus 3. Open bracket. So I'm picking 3 now. That means I'm not using anything here. So that will be 3 times 2, which will give me what? 6. 1 times minus 1 will give me what? Plus 1. Do you get that now? Because 1 times minus 1 is what? Minus 1. The minus times this minus will give me what? Plus. Do you get that now? Alright, so this one is what? Plus 2. Plus 2. Then 3 times minus 4 will give me what? Minus 12. 1 times 2 will give me what? 2. Then this minus. So that's what? Minus 2. Do we get that now? Alright, so that will be 2 times 0 plus 3 times 6 plus 1, 7 plus 2 minus 14. Okay, so that will be what? 0 plus 3 times 7 is what? 3 times 7 is 21. Then 2 times minus 14 will give us what? Minus 28. That means our D is what? 21 times minus 28 will give us what? Minus 7. So our D now is what? Minus 7. Alright. So for you to get the other one, it is very simple. What you just need to do, all you need to do is for you to get your D1. So to get your D1, what you do is you come to this place and you remove everything here. And put what you have here into this equation. I get what I'm saying. So that means our matrix will now become 9, 4, 6 minus 3, 2 minus 4, 2 minus 1, 2. Alright, so we are going to get the determinants of this particular side also. So let me replace this as 2, 3, 1. So we are going to get the determinants of this particular side again. So for us to get the determinant, that will be what? 9 open bracket, 2 times 2, 4, minus 4 times minus 1 plus 4. With the minus in our determinant, that's what? Minus 4. Okay. So minus times minus, because we have plus, minus, plus. Minus times minus will give us what? Plus, so that will be 3. 4 times 2, that will give us what? 8. 6 times minus 1, that will give us what? Minus 6 with the other minus, so that's plus 6. Alright, then 2, so plus 2. 4 times minus 4, that's minus 16. 6 times 2, that's what? Minus 12. I got what I'm saying now. Okay, so this one will now become what? 4 minus 4, which is what? 0, plus 3, open bracket, 8 plus this will give us what? 14, plus 2, open bracket, 16 minus 16 minus 12 will give us what? Minus 28. Okay, now this one is become what? 0, plus 3 times 14 will give us 3 times 4 is 12. 3 times 3 is what? 3. 3 plus 1, that's 42. Alright, then minus this times this will give us what? 56. Right, so 42 minus 56, so 42 minus 56 will give us what? Okay, I'm coming. So 42 minus 56 will give us what? Minus 14. So that means our D1 is equal to what? Minus 14. Do we get that now? All right, so let me write that here. So follow me. So I have our D to be what? Minus 7, and our D1 is equal to what now? Minus 14. All right, so the next thing we want to get now is our D2. So the same thing we did for D1, we are going to do for D2 also. Now, D2 simply means you are going to what? To clean the second column. You are going to remove the second column and you have what you have here into the second column. So that will now become 2, 3, 1, then 9, 4, 6, then 2, minus 1 and 2. All right, so this is for our D2. So now what will that be? We'll have 2, open bracket, 4 times 2, which is what? 8. 6 times minus 1, which is minus 6, with the other minus in our determinant, that's plus 6. All right, then minus 9. Don't forget we have plus, minus, plus. All right, so minus 9, open bracket, 3 times 2, that's what? 6. 1 times minus 1, that's what? Plus 1. With our minus, that is why it's becoming plus 1. Are you getting that? Then plus 2, open bracket, 3 times 6. 3 times 6 is 18. 1 times 4 is what? 4. That's minus 4. Do we get that now? All right. So this one will now become what? 2 times what? 14, right? Minus 9, open bracket, 7, plus what? 2, open bracket, 18 minus 4 is what? 14. So 2 times 14 will give us what? 28. 9 times 7 will give us what? 56, right? So that's 56 plus 28. All right, 28 plus 28 will give us what? 8 plus 8 will give us 16. Then 2 plus 2 will give us, so I'm coming. 9 times 7. All right, so here we have 2 times 4, 2 times 14 to be 28. Then 9 times 7, that's 63. So that's a mistake here. So that should be 63. All right, so 26, 28 plus 28 will give us 56 minus 63. And 56 minus 53 will give us minus 7. Did we get that now? I mean, yes, minus 7. All right, so that means our D2 is what? Minus 7. So the next thing we get is our D3 now. All right, because we have three variables, x1, x2, x3. That is why we are having four determinants. This is the major determinant, this is the first determinant, this is the second. Now the third determinant. That is what we need to do now. All right, so I'm sure you understand the flow now. The flow is you clean the third part now because you want to find the third determinant. So how do you do that? So you have 2, 3, 1. You have your second column also minus 3, 2, and minus 4. Then your third column, which is what? 2 minus 1, 2. Now we no longer be there. So our next column will be what? 9, 4, and what? 6. So that is 9, 4, and 6. Did we get that now? All right. So after that, the next thing is pick 2, open bracket, 2 times 6, which is what? 12, minus 4 times minus 6 will give us what? I mean, minus 4 times 4 will give us minus 16. Then plus, with our minus in the determinant, so that will become plus what? 16 minus 3 times, we have plus, minus, plus. So minus times minus will become plus 3, open bracket. 3 times 6, that's 18. 1 times 4, that's minus what? 4, close bracket. Then we have plus 9, open bracket. 3 times minus 4, that's minus 12. 1 times 2, 1 times 2, which is what? 2, so that's minus 2, close the bracket. All right, so this will now become 2, open bracket. 16 plus this will give us what? 28, plus 3, open bracket, what? 14, plus 9, open bracket, minus 14. Okay, are we getting that? All right, so the next thing we need to do is to what? Is to multiply those things together. All right, so if we are multiplying together, here now, we'll have 2 times 28. 2 times 28 will be what? 56, plus 3 times 14 will give us, 3 times 4 is 12, then 3 times 1 is what? Is 3, so plus 1, that's 42, then minus 9 times 14 will give us 126. All right, so 56 plus 42, so 6 plus 4 plus this plus this will be giving us 8, this plus this will be giving us 9. So 98 minus 126. All right, so 98 minus 126 will be giving us minus 28. So that is what we have there. So we are having minus what? 28 as our day 3. All right, now don't forget, we are not told to find what we are told to find is the what? Is the value of our x1, x2, and what? And x3. So this is the first step. Now the second step is very simple. The second step is very simple, of getting your x1, x2, and x3. So to get x1, so your x1 is going to be d1 over d. Your x2 is going to be what? D2 over d. Your x3 is going to be what? D3 over what? Over d. Can you now see the reason why I have to get my d1, d2, and d3 now? All right, so what's our d1? Our d1 is what? Minus 7 over d. Our d is what? Our d1 is minus 14. Minus 14 over d, which is minus 7. All right, our d2 is what? Minus 7 over our d, which is still minus 7. Then our d3 is what? Minus 28 over what? Minus 7. All right, do we get that now? Okay, so that is going to be, this over this will give us what? Minus, it will be giving us 2. Then this will give us 1, and this will give us what? 4. All right, because 7 times 4 will give us 28. So that means my x1 is equals to 2, my x2 is equals to 1, and my x3 is equals to what? 4. All right, So let's check whether our answers are correct. So let's put the values in here and check whether we get. So our x1 is 2. 2 times 2 is what? 4. 3 times 1 is 3. 4 minus 3 is 1. 2 times 4 is 8. 1 plus 8 will give us 9. So that is how our x1 and x2 and x3 will be. So don't forget the step. The steps are, the first thing you do is to get the determinants. After getting the determinants, you, to get your D1, you eliminate the first column and put what you have here into the first column. That's how you get your D1. To get your D2, you eliminate the second column, put this in there, and to get your D3, you eliminate the third column and put this in there. Then your x1 is D1 over D, your x2 is D2 over D, your x3 is what? D3 over D. All right, so this is where we are going to stop today on Crammers rule. So you can try the question. If there are any questions you need to understand, feel free to ask me at the comment section. I'll be there to answer your questions. Thank you very much for watching. God bless you.